lives. Many people without any practice end up just being like tossed and turned by the waves of the world. They are unable to lead happy lives, and they are able to develop calmness. And the biggest reason why we suffer is because we don't have any support, so to speak, in the sense of a foundation, something to hold on to, something that will help us cross life and its troubles and experiences. And so today I just want to get into the importance of having a spiritual practice, sadhana, and how to develop, as well as how to find one's own practice. So we'll start with the benefits and why we should even take up sadhana in the first place. So we are aware that people suffer, and life is composed of suffering. And how do we stop the suffering? How do we at least diminish the suffering? How can we find happiness within hardship? And so this is where the benefits come into play. When we have something that we're grounded to, when we have a strong foundation, something like a portable temple, something that we can take with us anywhere, then the world can never really touch us because we have a place to go back to. We have a place to reside in, our personal divine abode within, the kingdom of heaven within. And so when we develop something that can ground us, then the world is not able to shake us up because we are coming from a place of inner peace. We're able to abide in stillness and constant motion. So it's important that we take and understand that the foundations, the benefits, how it will give us the peace, it will give us happiness, it will give us calmness, it will give us tranquility, it will give us realization as the end goal. And how can we develop this? One is like starting with the meditation practice. And sadhana is more than just meditation. For myself, to me, sadhana is the practice. Like, you want your life to be a constant practice. You don't want the spiritual life on one side and then the daily life on the other. No, you want your life as a whole to be sadhana. You want every experience to be something you can learn from, every experience something that you can grow spiritually from. So take that in this, really understand that expanding our viewpoints, expanding what it means to have a practice, seeing every moment of our lives as a chance to do sadhana. So like when something comes to us that is not pleasant, we see it, we try to learn from that experience. What is God trying to teach us? What is the divine trying to show us? What do we need to learn? Because we get experiences, we get lessons, because we need to learn certain things to keep on growing and our spiritual evolution as a soul. So don't lash out, don't feel remorse, don't be antagonistic towards bad action, towards bad experiences, quote unquote bad. See as like, what do I need to grasp? First, before even, like when something bad comes to you, first thing that should come to your mind is what needs to be learned. Because there's a lesson within on all your experiences, the good and the bad. And so the spiritual practice, the sadhana, is part of finding out what each experience is. And the meditation, the practice, whether it be whatever form of meditation you practice, whether it be more chanting, more devotional, more jnana, more wisdom, stoic, it doesn't matter. But this approach, like for example, you're functioning from stoicism or something, when there's something bad, quote unquote bad, comes to you, the first thought is Like, is it in my control or is it not in my control? You analyze it, and that's how you break it down. And that is like the foundation. Whereas, like, when experience comes to you, like when a wave hits your pillar, it's not, you're not getting like tossed out of the pillar, not getting tossed out of your foundation. Is able to remain strong, and while you are abiding within that spiritual temple, that kingdom of heaven within, you're able to calmly perceive, analyze, understand what is being presented to you, what is a lesson to be learned. So another practice, another things of incorporating is bringing in all aspects of your life, as I mentioned previously. So that would be exercise, diet, meditation, service, seeing all these things as a part of sadhana. Taking care of this bodily temple is sadhana. So exercising is for your spiritual upliftment, as well as eating the right foods, because that is sanctifying and making holy this body, this temple that your soul is dwelling in. So, and that way, seeing as everything and like serving others is like you're doing your work for God, you're doing your work for the world, the universe, the divine. You're giving back, planting trees, helping nature in some sort. All these things are of spiritual nature, of upliftment. And that's another thing we want to view in our lives is this action and attitude bringing us closer to God or further from God? That should be the baseline for any decisions we make, is will this bring us closer to God or will this bring us further from God? Functioning from that standpoint will help you to root out a lot of bad habits, or even find out habits that you were previously unaware of, and now you can clamp down on the habit and then purify it. So, as like a recap, so the benefits would be calmness, peace, tranquility, and the spiritual practice of sadhana will allow you to deepen your understanding of lessons in life so that you can function from a place of calmness, and calmness will equal this happiness because you're not being led astray by the illusions of Maya, the experiences that are quote unquote bad or good. You're able to remain fixed within that divine temple within. So I encourage you guys to, if you haven't practiced, continue going deeper with the practice, seeing how you can expand the practice into more areas of your life. Let it consume and devour all aspects of your life, because sadhana is what gives us happiness, gives us freedom, joy, the bliss, the wisdom, and our connection with the infinite. And for those who do not have a practice, then start with something simple, even exercising, going to the gym or whatever, or calisthenics at home, setting down like a schedule or routine and staying faithful to that routine. That will start to ground you. Essentially, don't overthink it. Start with something simple, because the biggest problems we have is a lack of routine, so to speak. Something that doesn't keep us grounded. We are missing that, and the world is missing that as a whole. But people are missing that in their personal lives. That without this, they just go from one thing to the next, flow about within this ocean of delusion, struggling to stay afloat. So creating the sadhana is like creating your personal boat, and this boat will keep you afloat. It will let you have a moment of respite to breathe, because you're not struggling to survive anymore. You're abiding within. You understand that you have a foundation, you have a place that you call home, a place to go back to. So yeah, enjoy, develop the practice, go deeper, always dive deeper, because that's where the bliss lies. Thank you guys for tuning in.